What's up, Key Issues? Garrick here, and welcome to today's video where we will be going over the incredible powers of the original Captain Marvel, Shazam. No doubt that Shazam will be one of the most powerful characters in the DC Extended Universe, and I'm here to break it down for you. Billy Batson lost his parents at a very young age, and with no one to look after him, he was ushered into foster care where he would routinely act out. Although he was a good kid at heart, he became lonely and confused after his parents' death and began acting more and more selfishly as he grew. In spite of this, Billy was chosen by the wizard Shazam to be a champion of good. The wizard gifted Billy with the power of 6 Greek legends and the ability to wield the living lightning, a power that would transform him into the champion Shazam. Billy has since used his power as a force for good, operating as a superhero, and even eventually joining the ranks of the Justice League. Shazam's true form is that of a little kid, and it has all the disadvantages of a little kid's body. It's small and it's weak. But by saying or even sometimes thinking the word Shazam, Billy Batson can transform into an adult version of himself with all the magical abilities granted by the wizard. However, Billy's transformation is not instantaneous. The physical manifestation of his powers take the form of a lightning bolt, and in some iterations it has to travel from above to strike him for the transformation to occur, and can sometimes even be blocked by other beings to prevent his transformation. However, this can also be used as a very powerful attack. Billy has used this perceived disadvantage to save himself and others more than once. Shazam can also pass on his power, but Shazam's power can be stolen and has been taken in the past. These amazing powers come from 6 distinct sources that spell out the word Shazam. The S stands for Solomon's wisdom. The wisdom of Solomon not only gives him superhuman intelligence, but gives him sort of a sixth sense that can identify illusions, grants clairvoyance, and can even allow him to hypnotize some weaker enemies. The wisdom of Solomon can deduce an enemy's weaknesses before even seeing them in battle, which is just unfair. But the wisdom of Solomon is widely inconsistent. Oftentimes, Shazam will do very foolish things and mostly acts as a regular kid despite being a big burly man. This changes from writer to writer, and like I said, it's very inconsistent, and that makes it hard to get a real handle of Shazam's overall wisdom. The H stands for Hercules' strength, and harnessing the strength of Hercules, Shazam has pushed the moon back into orbit, caught an aircraft carrier that an Eclipso-possessed Superman had thrown at him. He's also traded blows with Superman and even knocked him out on one occasion, although that particular punch was enhanced with the Power of Zeus, which we'll get to in a minute. In the trailers for his upcoming film, we see Shazam toss regular dudes through solid glass, and we see him trade hands with Savannah. But I'm sure that there will be much, much greater feats of strength in the final cut of the film. The stamina of Atlas grants Shazam amazing endurance and durability. In case you weren't aware, Atlas was the Titan condemned to hold up the celestial heavens for eternity. Shazam has taken punches from multiple superpowered beings, including Superman. He's been scorched by fire and has even survived a Tesseract bomb which would have instantly killed any of the other Justice League members. His amazing endurance also extends to his internal functions. While in his Shazam form, Billy does not need to eat, sleep, or even breathe, which is very convenient when trying to survive in the vacuum of space. The Z in Shazam stands for the Power of Zeus. With this power, Shazam can do more than just pack a punch. We've already seen this in action during the trailers for Shazam. He's able to fire off incredible bolts of lightning that deal devastating damage, and can even charge phones with the right amount of focused energy. We've seen Zeus himself casually destroy the Mother Box Unity with this power, a feat that took the combined strength of Cyborg and Superman. We've also seen Zeus repel Ares using his powerful lightning attacks. However, Zeus has many more powers, including the ability to create life, land, and magical barriers. It's unlikely that Billy will gain these powers as well, but I guess you never know since this is the DC Extended Universe. The second A in Shazam stands for the courage of Achilles. Oftentimes, his courage is at odds with his wisdom. We've already seen this during the trailers when he attacks Savannah without even thinking. In the comics, Shazam does some very courageous, albeit unwise things throughout his storied history, including taking on the Spectre, fighting his way through hell, and attempting to save hostages while his invulnerability was on the fritz. No doubt, both Billy and Shazam are very brave, but we'll see how far he's willing to go to do the right thing against Dr. Savannah in the film. Finally, we have M, which is represented by the speed of Mercury and grants Shazam incredible speed. It's pretty obvious. Pre-Crisis Captain Marvel could travel trillions of miles in less than a day, and yes, I did say trillions with a T. Post-Crisis Shazam has been stated multiple times to be faster than the Flash, and Superman has flat out said that he was the fastest being alive. In the trailers so far, we've seen some incredible speed feats from Shazam, and surely he's going to end up being one of the fastest characters in the DC Extended Universe. Now, these were the incredible powers granted to Shazam before the Darkseid War, but after the death of Darkseid, Shazam's powers were cut off from Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury, so the wizard who originally granted Billy his powers contracted new gods on Billy's behalf. Shazam now wields the strength of Siva, an old-world elemental. The fires of Hranmir, the Martian god of fire, which grants him the ability to breathe fire. The compassion of Anapel, a Siberian goddess who gives Billy clairvoyance, divine grace, and an eidetic memory. His powers of Zeus were replaced by the source manipulation of Xanas, the old god of evil. And taking the place of Achilles' courage is the boldness of Ate. And finally, he was given the lightning of Mamaragan, an aboriginal deity. The movie version will likely retain the legendary powers of the Greek figures rather than the new powers given to him after the death of Darkseid, and I would go into more detail about all his new abilities, but I feel like that's an entirely different video for another day. So let me know down in the comments if you want a breakdown of all of those abilities. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments which one of these powers is your favorite, and let me know if you think Shazam will end up being more powerful than DC Extended Universe Superman. Also, in case you weren't aware, we now have memberships, so you can join and gain all the exclusive perks that we have available to our members. Also, be sure to check out our Discord. All the information for that will be down below. We're in there hanging out every single day. Also, be sure to follow us on all these social medias and check out the Key Issues podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. And with that being said, remember the motto, guys. It's comics over everything, and I'll see you next time.